All right, we're live. Yo, what is going on, YouTube? My name is Billy. If you're new here, definitely be sure to like this video. When I say like it, I mean really like that thing, you know? Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel. But, guys, we're live. We're live. NXT just went off the air. It was a good show. For what it was a very, very good show. Now, I want to get your guys' initial thoughts on it because, obviously, we finally got some answers from Carmello Hayes, who did a outstanding job. I thought Carmello was amazing tonight. I know he is the, as Big MGM said, play a hater of the year. Yeah, he is. He's him now. You know what I'm saying? He really is, and he looked amazing tonight. Obviously, seeing Carmello Hayes as a heel is just something that I think we all enjoy. Let's be real here. It's something that we all can appreciate. Carmello Hayes as the bad guy, it feels right. It feels right. Ashton, I joined at the right time. I thought I was late. No, Ashton, you are perfectly on time. We are good. We're just now going live. Everything's fine. Everything's dandy. We're chilling. It's all good in the neighborhood. But, guys, Mello comes out, and, dude, when I tell you the aurora in the arena, it felt like, call me crazy, but it reminded me of the old NXT atmosphere. It felt good. You know what I mean? Like, it felt like Triple H was running it. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just Carmello and him being that bad guy. I don't know. It just felt like it reminded me a lot of Black and Gold. And me personally, I loved Black and Gold, and I loved what they were doing with it. I really was a big fan tonight. Really was. Cedric, Carmello doing the deed for Trick at Stand and Deliver, and then he goes to go up to the main roster. Yes, Cedric, I do believe that is obviously the story that they're telling. Now, I just want to say that when Trick does return, that pop is going to be historic, for NXT at least. It's going to be historic. That man Trick is something special, and tonight proved it. And then Carmello talking about how he's, Trick's always been, we're gonna dive into it. I got my notes pulled up here. We're gonna go into it in a little bit. Massive, absolutely, Cedric, absolutely. Game over, Jacob Andrews. For Carmello Hayes at Stand and Deliver, I do believe it will be game over. So Mello comes out, man. He gets these chants, and I'm listening, and I'm like, man, USA is really not having it today with these chants. And I'm like, what are they chanting? And it took me a second, but I heard it, and I was like, oh, those are fuck you chants. I was like, oh, that's real heel heat. Trick seems like a great heel. I can't wait to see what he does. A lot of potential here. Trick, I think we're talking about Mello. Ashton, I believe it is Mello that is the heel in this situation. But I do see what you're saying. I think you just meant to say Mello. Can't wait to see what he does. And yes, I will say, if you are not very familiar with Carmello Hayes' work, his work is really that of great. Juan, didn't get to see the whole show, but from what I did, I thought this show was amazing, as always. NXT is on fire, man. I don't care what anybody says. I do not care what anybody says. NXT was on fire. And I'll get it out of the way right now because I don't want to do too much of a dive on it, but obviously you guys know Ava, she did actually delete her Twitter due to some people saying certain things online about her. And then when she goes into the arena and they showed her on TV, she got some amazing chants, which I loved. I really wanted to bring that up. Ashton, my bad, my mind's a little off with the whole Cody thing. Yeah, I think everybody's is. A lot of pro wrestling to consume, too. There's a lot of pro wrestling, so it's easy to get mixed up. Trust me, I know. Cedric, Mello, the second most hated guy behind Rock right now. He's past Dominic levels, LOL. Cedric, I do agree to some degree. It's really hard because it's so weird. People boo Dominic, but I don't really think they know why they're booing him. I think they just boo him because of what he looks like. But, who am I to say that, Jacob Andrews, man, Ilja is going to do crazy big things, man. This is a great snapshot of the future. I will, Jacob, I will 100% agree with you. The future is very bright. And a lot of these guys have been there for some time. Ilja's been around for some time. Dijak's been around for some time. Carmello's been around for some time. You really want to get technical. Trick's been around for a little while. Braun, these guys have been around for some time. Carmello was a part of Black and Gold, and that it was the later years of Black and Gold, but he was. So he comes out, dude, and he just got some real heel heat. The fuck you chants were insane. I was like, yo, they are really cutting this shit out right now, and they're not stopping. And Adam, he says, at Billy, do you think you and Angle will team with Brian Zane one day in a wrestling, what is this? In a wrestling with regret video? Adam, I'm not 100% sure. I don't believe so, but you can never say never, right? You can never say never. So obviously, guys, when Mello comes out, he's getting all this heat. And I thought he was actually going to speak, but he just doesn't give him nothing. Makes him wait, as a real heel should. You're not going to hear from me right now. You don't deserve that. Tell me that's not a French kiss. Amazing stuff. Mello is one of the best. And I will say this, once he gets to the main roster, he will be treated as such. That guy has it. Billy, killing the solo streams, brother. Don't forget to plug. What do we got? Get some chats going on. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think you said plug the cord. I have this little heart thing, blocking some of the chat, so I can't always see it until another one pops up. But yeah, here we go. We'll plug the cord right now. And if you guys don't know what Jacob over here is talking about, he's talking about the Discord. And we are going to plug the Discord right now for you guys. I do appreciate you guys stopping into the solo streams. This is just me, kind of testing out, seeing what I can do. Me and Ango eventually will be back at it. I do want to make that very clear to you guys. Me and Ango will eventually be back at it. Again, he's just had some things going on. All right, so here we go. Paste. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Billy, what about Mello, though? I thought Trick was going to come out and get revenge now, but Mello played us. I thought Trick was going to come out now. Okay, so yeah, if you guys want to talk about it, let's talk right about it. So obviously later in the night, Mello does come out. We will dive into the rest of the show, too. We'll just talk about this Mello thing right up front. So Mello comes out later in the night, and he's finally going to give the people, an answer to why he did it, and they kind of cut into him sitting directly in the middle of the ring. If you guys don't remember Edge's Judgment Day promo, it reminded me a lot of that with the whole sitting in the ring, black lights. A lot of people have done it, but there was something about Mello in this position that just looked absolutely outstanding. This guy looked like a beast. I don't know. So Mello is obviously talking about just why he did it. What are his reasonings? And there's actually, I wrote it down in my notes here, and it was a line that really stuck with me. He said, the villain is always the villain when the hero is telling the story. Think about that for a second. Really let that sink in for what it is. The villain is always the villain when the hero is telling the story. I don't think I've ever heard anything like that, but it's so true, and it resonates further than professional wrestling, and let's be real here, it does. It goes much, much further than professional wrestling. That's real life stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah, the bad guy's always going to be, let's be real here, I'm the bad guy in somebody's story. You're the bad guy in somebody's story. Nobody's perfect. And sometimes, in Carmello Hayes' situation, he's not perfect. He can't be, right? He let jealousy get the best of him. And that's a very human thing to do, is allow jealousy to fully control you and get the best of you. That's what happened to Carmello Hayes. He got jealous of the success that Trick Williams was seeing. That was the problem here. That's where everything kind of coincided, and that's how this story is going to be told, is that, well, of course, I'm going to be the bad guy in your story, but guess what? Trick is the bad guy in Mello's. So do you see how it's being played? Mello just looks like the bad guy because Trick is the good guy right now. It's this whole weird dynamic, but it's absolutely outstanding stuff. Trevo Bit W434 says triple threat. I think you're talking about Rock, Roman, and Cody. I said that. I agree. But back to what I was saying about Carmello. Mello comes out, and I mean, he looks outstanding. Mello versus Trick NXT title match. I do believe this, Solak, I will tell you 100%. Solak dropped a chat. He said, Mello versus Trick NXT title match. Solak, to be honest with you, I think this is actually a little bit bigger than the title. Call me crazy. It's like what people say, Billy, the devil don't change, the devil changes. You and Mello is the devil, and he never changes in this story. Yeah, no, Mello's always been the same guy. Solak says, sorry, just got here. You're good, brother. You're good. Love seeing you here, my man. I love seeing all you guys here. You guys are absolutely outstanding. Thank you so much for supporting me on this little solo journey that I'm doing right now. Me and Ango will be back at it. I do want to let everybody know. Ango will be back. And obviously he's still uploading his daily content, which you guys can go over to his channel and check out for the people who may not be subscribed to Ango. You guys definitely can go do that. So let me dive back into this Mello thing a little bit. Mello in this scenario. David Decker, what's up, my man? What's good? What's good, brother? Glad to have all you guys here. So Mello is just getting ripped apart by the fans. And I've questioned a lot about how this may actually go down. I don't know 100%, but obviously we had the main event. We had Ilja taking on Dijak, and then Mello actually came out later in the night after his promo. So he cut his promo around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would have been my time. And he came out in the beginning, which would have been 8 p.m., and then at 10 p.m. closed the show. So he was on every hour doing something different. When he came out and attacked Ilja, I thought to myself, there may be a chance, Solek said it in the chat a little bit ago, that Mello versus Trick could possibly be for the NXT Championship. To that I say, there's always that chance, and I'll read your chat right now, Solek. He said, yeah, I agree, it's bigger than the title, but Trick deserves at least one run, even if it only lasts till SummerSlam, for when he gets called up. We got to see him as champion and see if he can carry NXT. And Solak, I will say I really like that take. I like that take because, yes, while I do agree that Trick does deserve the title with the run, or the run with the title, excuse me, I do think that if you're gonna do it, number one, you do it now, right? You give the belt to Carmello, but then Carmello just becomes a transitional champion. To some degree is okay. In NXT, a transitional champion, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, feels okay in my mind. I don't think it's a problem that I have, but I also struggle with it a little bit because of the heel work that Carmello is doing. David Decker says, Mello versus Trick for the NXT Championship will be great if Ilja does, let me see what this is, does lose the title. He is the one to dethrone Gunther. Yeah, I think Ilja's always kind of been on my mind as the guy to possibly defeat Gunther. Ashton says, now I am more interested in NXT with the storyline we got going on here. We got a great heel and a great babyface who have history with each other. When a Trick returns, the pop will be insane. Ashton, absolutely. That pop, as I said earlier in the stream, that pop will be massive. And when I say massive, I genuinely mean massive. Now I'm going to plug myself a little bit here, guys. I have a Discord that you guys can, right up there in the chat. If you guys want to donate to the channel, feel free to leave a super chat. It's not required, but feel free to if you guys want to help out the channel. It helps out big time. Become a member of the channel as well. As you see, Juan has himself a little badge right there. So definitely become a member of the channel, guys, if you guys would like. I will be doing some exclusive content for my members and everything along those lines. So definitely, again, if you feel like it, feel free. If not, it's perfectly fine. Solak says, that's fine. Mello's already been champion, and he's on his way out of NXT. Like, the day after Mania, he can be a transitional champion. Yeah, Solak, I agree. I do think in some degree it's okay. I just don't like it because of the fact of the heel run. That's all, especially because of how good the heel run will be. Carmello, transitional champion. I think Trick gets him at Stand and Deliver. Yes, Adam. he will get him at Stand and Deliver. Juan, I think Mello versus Ilja for the title, but Trick screws Mello out of winning, which leads to a match between Trick versus Mello at Stand and Deliver. See? That's my thought process. It all depends, Juan, if they want to... It really all depends if they want the title for it. That's it. That's all it comes down to. If Ilya's going to get called up, then yes, obviously, give it to Carmello. Let Trick eventually get it. Solak808 says, a wait till Roadblock after Mello wins to bring him back. Crowd goes nuts. Yeah, I agree, Solak. I actually like taking time before he comes back. And one thing that happened tonight that we didn't talk about was Mello actually playing and pulling a Shawn Michaels. He pulled a Shawn Michaels, and he actually he had Trick Williams music play, and the fans were. I was lit. I was sitting right on this chair, just. And you guys know the song. All right, David Decker, Cody Rhodes, massive pop for Trick Williams. Hell yeah, David. Triple threat at Stand and Deliver. Trick wins Ilja to Raw, Mello to SmackDown. Maybe. That's actually not a bad idea. Travo Bit, I want to say it's Travo Bit, W434 said triple threat at Stand and Deliver. Trick win Ilja. So he's talking about Ilja, Trick, and Carmello. That's not a bad idea if you want to protect everybody in that position. Speaking of plugs, GTA and Pro Wrestling Venom have a show on February 25th in New Jersey. Go see it and say hi to Grim for me. I'm waiting for him. And hi at Grim. That's from Adam, guys. So there you go. Little plug. So I gotta wait. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. I agree. It does. It really does. Ashton Lashley, I have been thinking that Trick could possibly be the next big baby face. I could be thinking too much about it, but this guy is so good in the ring. No, Ashton, you're not thinking too much about that. Absolutely. Trick will be a massive baby face. He'll go up. He'll win an Intercontinental title. He'll win a NXT champion, or he'll win the NXT championship eventually. He's going to have a good career. That guy's going to be so fun. People love him. People absolutely love him. He's just one of those guys that has it, and it's crazy that the way they packaged him and Carmello together, both of them just had it. Shotzi versus Lyra was teased tonight. Also, did anyone see the mask tonight? Who could that be? No. So yes, I did see it. There's a lot of questions hanging around that. That's obviously all up for speculation right now. And I want to see you guys speculate down below. Let's talk about Trick, though, man. Who would have thought this time last year that Trick would be where he is right now? Honestly thought he was going to be a fucking manager for the longest time. I think that's what you said, Select. Yeah, it is. I mean, that guy, he just completely changed the trajectory of his career. I felt like Lash would have got a push for after the Otis Slam. Yeah, Jacob, I actually thought the same thing, but obviously you can't define somebody as, just one little spot. That's one thing that, as wrestling fans, we kind of get off sometimes, is that we kind of forget that, at the end of the day, people still have work to do, regardless of the cool things that they may do 1, 2, maybe 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just all depends. So, next we have, or I guess I'll finish up with Mello here. Mello and Trick. Mello played Trick's music. The people loved it. And then, obviously, it played for too long and there was no Trick. There was no pop for Trick. Nothing along those lines. So, a big problem there. A big problem there. Right after that, though, we had Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. They came out. They were doing commentary for the match with Nathan Frazier, Malik Blade, Idris Enofe, and Axiom. They had a tag team match, so it was Nathan Frazier, Axiom, Idris Enofe, and then Malik Blade. They took on each other in what I thought was an outstanding match. And I just really want to let people know that I am a big fan. Big fan of Axiom, and Nathan Frazier. I love watching those two wrestle. They are outstanding. So definitely some good stuff there. I'm going to read this chat. I felt like Lash would have got a push. Okay, we read that. Adam, can we make Meta for a comedy duo and give them a losing streak for them? Adam, I actually thought about that. Because looking at Noam Dar, I'm like, oh, they could do something along those lines. Kind of like they did with, why can't I think of his name off the top of my head? He had the losing streak many years ago. Brian Myers. I couldn't think of it for some odd reason. Jacob Andrews says, I mean, she was dominant in the Iron Survivor. She was. She looked absolutely outstanding. Jacob also said, Billy, you ever hear Trick's raps? No, I haven't. I'm actually a big music fan, so I'll definitely go check out his raps. Ashton Lashley, Braun Breaker seems like a future multiple-time champion because he just seems like a good wrestler and he could act like a end boss like Gunther or Brock. Yeah, no, I'm here to tell you, Braun Breaker is the guy. He had a T-shirt on. If you guys didn't read his T-shirt, it said "Best Spear in the Business," and it really is. Braun Breaker has the best spear in the business right now. It's better than Edge's. Right now, it 100% is. Braun looks so damn good, man. That guy looks like a fucking star. I love it for him. And the stuff that he's doing on NXT with Baron Corbin, they're not really good guys. They're not really bad guys, but the people love them. So I can imagine eventually they'll be good guys. Juan says, I love Metaphor, but mostly I love me some Jakara Jackson. All right, Juan. All right. So we're going to do this here too? I see. Where's Sed? Sed's in the chat somewhere. He's tripping over this. Folk Nando. Axiom and Nathan Frazier are a different level. I'm shocked they haven't won gold yet. Yeah, me too. Man, the way that they've wrestled each other numerous times, it's some of the most fun, impactful stuff to watch. I enjoy them so very much. Adam, make Noam lose the Heritage Cup and put him back in the state wheelchair thing like he had on NXT. Yeah, Adam, not a bad idea if you ever want to. You ever hear our Truths raps? That's from Jacob Andrews. Yeah, I've actually listened to our Truth rap. David, anyone see the report from the former NWA Women's Champion Carmello may be heading to AEW because she wants to act? A lot of reports fly around, guys, so, be careful what you're looking at. But could be true. David, I did see that. I did indeed see that. All right, yo. So, yeah, that match with Nathan Frazier, Axiom, Idris Enofe, and Malik Blade was absolutely outstanding. Absolutely. The stuff Braun is going to stir up on SmackDown or Raw is going to be straight money. That's from Ashton. Absolutely. Now, another thing that I really wanted to talk about was Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. I'm not going to dive into every single match. I'm just going to really hit on the important parts that I thought were very important. Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. Brooks Jensen came up to Josh Briggs and asked him how he was doing, all of this. Asked if he had seen Fallon Henley's match. Josh obviously responded, said yes, he watched, but he's doing his own things these days. What I thought was one of the most serious parts of the night really was, because Josh Briggs, if you look at his character, he just alpha male, right? That's what you look at as that guy. And then, or not Brooks Jensen, Josh Briggs, excuse me. He looks like an alpha male. Brooks Jensen, on the other hand, is now in this soft puppy dog, crying about things. And he's been at it for a couple weeks. And obviously this was going to come about at some point. So Brooks went up to Josh Briggs and he told him, he was like, man, I'm struggling without you. He was just being honest. He was giving his honest voice. He was giving his honest take on what life was like for him right now. And man, oh man, did Josh Briggs have some fucking words for him. Josh Briggs actually grabbed him up and told him, I can't remember exactly what it was. Toughen the fuck up. Toughen up. Do these things. You're crying. You're whining. You're not going to get anywhere with this. And to that, I thought, man, that's what tough love is. This guy is giving out tough love. And it was serious, man, and it was really, really good. So definitely a big fan. Definitely a big fan of that. I want to know your guys' thoughts down below. We won't be live crazy long, guys. Won't be live crazy long. Probably go 30, 40 minutes. We're sitting at about 25. Again, we're just shooting the shit, chit-chatting. That's all. Adam says, what about Braun going to Raw or SmackDown? Any reports on that? My thoughts, I don't have any reports, but my thoughts are that he will go to Raw. Adam going to WWE is the way to get to Hollywood. Yeah, that's true. Mike, what's up, Billy? YouTube sucks and didn't even tell me you were live. Mike, that's all right, man. That's all right. That is A-okay. It doesn't look like this stream has been pushed out to many people, actually. Looking at, like, I see the analytics and stuff on my side. It doesn't look like that it's been sent out to many people. But that's all right. That's all right. We're still here hanging out, and I'm glad that you were able to make it, Mike. We talked about Mello. Talked about Mello and Trick. Got to talk about Braun and Baron. Nathan Frazier, Axiom. Talked a little bit about Metaphor. Talked about what they were doing. Talked about Briggs and Jensen. Adam says, I'm hoping for Briggs versus his former partner at Stand and Deliver. That'll probably be the story that they tell. That's my guess. That's my thought process. Guys, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. We need to get you viral, Billy. That's from David Decker. David, if you want to get me viral, right? If you guys want to send me through the stratosphere, just make sure to watch my videos every day, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys are so kind. I said Mello was right about the fans giving Trick a big head. And what did Mello say tonight? That's really funny, Mike. That's really funny because in my notes, I talked about it, and I talked about it a little bit ago. I said the villain is always the villain when the hero is telling the story. And guess what? That's 100% accurate because I'm the villain in somebody's story. Mike, you're the villain in somebody's story. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Like, share, and subscribe. Absolutely. Catch you later, Billy. Adam, be safe, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. John Kenny, Roxanne versus Lola was solid. Absolutely. I love seeing Roxanne on my TV. Love it, love it, love it. She is outstanding. And I do think that Roxanne is actually going to turn heel. I do think, I know me and Ango actually talked about it in one of the NXT streams that we did. And I was actually kind of against it. But now looking at it and like where we stand a couple weeks later, I'm like, all right. You guys got me a little bit. I'm honestly surprised you don't have like thousands of views. You put a lot of dedication in these videos. Much respect. Ashton, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys saying that. Means the absolute world to me. And honestly, guys, we're working. You know, at the end of the day, we're just working as hard as we possibly can. Good, bad, guys. This is from Mike. Good, bad, guys never know they are bad. Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing about Carmello is he was always this bad guy underneath it. And he just, jealousy, it overcame him. That's it. It's a real thing. Shout out to you, my guy. Hey, my man. Real Take Wrestling. Guys, go over there. Go see my boy. Real Take Wrestling. Can I pin this? I'm going to pin this. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. You guys are outstanding all the time. Mean the world to me. Mean the absolute world to me. Hold on one second, guys. I apologize here. Hold on. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. All right, my bad, guys. David Decker, who would win in a wrestling match, Patrick Star or Braun Breaker? I think Patrick might because of food. Maybe. Ashton, when will you be live next? Ashton, regardless whether it's me and Ango or just me by myself, I will be live tomorrow for AEW. Omer, thank you so much, bro. I seen this and just really wanted to say thank you once again, bro. Like, honestly, seeing you here is actually really fucking cool, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are absolutely outstanding and show nothing but love. So thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, I will be live tomorrow, regardless whether that's with Ango or by myself. Now, Mike also said Roxy needs to be heel. Maybe then her and Cora could be friends again. That's obviously the plan. I do think that we get her and Cora as a tag team eventually one day down the line. I don't know when, I don't know where, but seeing them as a tag team would be awesome. Absolutely outstanding. Y'all are sick, dude. Y'all are absolutely sick. Just seeing like as many people that are in here is insane, and I again sometimes just don't know how to take it. But if you guys have anything left in the chat that you guys feel like discussing, feel free to drop it down in the chat and we'll talk about it. But if not, I'll probably go for another 5-10 minutes. Real Take Wrestling. Much love to you, my guy. Keep it up, Omer, bro. Stop, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you so much, bro. That means the fucking world to me, dude. Thank you. Always showing love, bro. Always showing love. Always showing love. We got to do some work together, Omer. If you ever feel like it, bro, hit me up. I'd love to do some work with you, man. I love your channel. I watch it all the time. Actually, I watched it earlier today. I see your reports. Mike says, hey, Billy, what you think about this yellow mark they showed in the NXT logo? Looks like Gacy is getting another face. Maybe. Yes, Mike, that is something that I seen. Gacy's storyline is going to run very deep. And I'm glad that they're going to continue the stuff with Dijak because I still think there's so much there to be told. I understand that many people wanted Dijak as, like, the guy, you know what I'm saying, to go up against Ilja, especially when you see them face-to-face. Ilja's still very much involved with Carmello and Trick, and I don't think he can get away from that right now. So, yes, Billy, tomorrow might be Ricky Stark's last AEW match if he loses the title because of his contract. Also, heel Roxanne and Cora will be interesting. Absolutely, David. I agree. Heel Roxanne and Cora will be very, very interesting. I truthfully definitely think so. This is, again, you guys feel like talking about anything, drop it down in the chat. Let's talk. Shoot the shit. Shoot the shit. What are you guys thinking? I've given all my thoughts. I want to know more about what you guys are thinking than anything. John Kenny says, do you think that Tony Khan will excite us with the announcement of Mercedes Moné, or do you think it will just be another meaningless so-called big announcement? So, very good question. It's all up in the air. I'm not going to sit here and speculate whether or not I want to see Mercedes. I'd like to see her on my TV soon. So seeing her now would be nice, obviously. Obviously, we do know right now that Tony Khan definitely has a past of not the biggest of biggest announcements. But I don't think that this is going to just be some lousy announcement. I do think this will actually be something huge. I'm going to be honest with you. Whatever it is, it's going to be big. Too much has gone on in the WWE. Not enough of AEW has been talked about. Tony can't stand it. Let's be real here. NXT Hardcore belt, Joe Gacy as champion. Trevo, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Mike says, TK will not impress me with an announcement until he announces the smallest big man in wrestling, Hornswoggle McMahon. Okay. All right, Mike. You got me, bro. You All right. Enough. Hell yeah. If I don't see Hornswoggle in a wrestling ring soon, I'm going to be upset. Do you guys watch the micro wrestling? Because the micro minis, I be seeing it every so often. I thought Mercedes was heading to AEW, but I believe she is WWE only because she was training. And imagine the announcement is Jaguar tickets. Oh, my word. Okay. Mike says TK loves taking digs at WWE. The thing is I never know if he was actually taking digs at them. I think he was just mentioning them. Maybe sometimes he's taking digs at them. I forgot to add EO. All right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But David, I can't get enough of the Jaguar tickets. I'm a big football guy. Very big into football. Mike. All right, Mike. I can't read that. I can't. But for the people who want to see it, it's fine. All right. Enough. NXT was fire, though, guys. I was a really big fan of it. I loved the show. I thought it was great. I thought they did exactly what they needed to. It was definitely a show, obviously post-Vengeance Day. They just kind of hit exactly where they needed to with the show and did everything that they needed to do. And Trick will be back eventually. He's not actually hurt, although Mello said he was in the hospital. He's not actually hurt. My man is just doing his thing and doing what he needs to do. But other than that, guys, that's about all I got for you guys. And I really do want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the people that stop in here. I am doing this stuff solo right now, so it is a little new to me. But I just feel like all the love that you guys have given me, I just want to come back on and give back to you guys and give you guys an opportunity to speak, give your guys' thoughts, have me read them out and stuff like that, and tell Dino to announce your lives and videos. Hell yeah, Mike, I will. Me and Dino will fight in the Discord right now. Think I'm playing? I'll go beat his ass. David Decker, Joe Gacy is the modern day Foley. Hell yeah, I agree. To some degree. Not all the way, but I agree. But yeah. So Dino's out here not telling nobody nothing. I get it. And then YouTube's not either. I see the problem here. I see what's popping. I think Gacy is getting a series of masks. I agree. I think he is. I think that's what we're seeing. Juan says, good night, Billy. Hope you have a great day tomorrow. Thank you, Juan. I will be live tomorrow, guys. Billy, isn't because you've been scheduling them. Yes, I need to schedule them more. I do need to schedule, for sure. So tomorrow's will be scheduled. Mike, when they showed 5 Faces of Gacy and then the mask tonight, hell yeah. And then he used the little thing to punch. Fucking punch Dijak. I thought that was hilarious. But, guys, I'm going to head off of here. I just want to say thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. And I will be seeing you guys tomorrow.